What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Let me get to the screen. Let me get to the screen. All right, there we go. Let me share the link to the group. Hope y'all having a fantastic morning. I'm here in Georgia right now. It's super, super cold. And here we are again. US30 setups. All right. So for all you brand new individuals, this is a US30 scalping strategy that I do with my Boss4What community inside of our Telegram group. So if you're looking for a group of people that's going in the same direction you're going in, make sure y'all tap into the Boss4What community on Telegram. The link is in the description. If you want 100% trading credit on your first deposit and same day withdrawals, the link to the Forex Broker I trust is below. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And if you have any comments, let me know inside the chat. All right. In order for people to get this strategy, you have to join the Telegram group and you have to be registered with my broker, and you get the strategy absolutely free once you make your deposit. So I only get on here to show you guys the actual trades and if they played out or not. Right now we are 3 for 3. So yeah, if you're watching this video, watching the replay, watching it live, that's why we are here. Basically just allowing y'all to share, or sharing the experience with y'all that my group gets to experience. Just a little bit about myself. I'm originally from Grand Rapids, Michigan, currently located here in Georgia. Been here for about 17 years. I've been in the Forex space about 2.5 years, going on 3 years in February. And I've made multiple six figures within this industry with no courses, no trainings, no signals, no none of that. Just pure trading, my own money. And that's probably why you don't know who I am. And I kind of just popped out of nowhere. If you guys are just now finding me and stuff like that, it probably just seems like I popped out of nowhere, because I did. I kind of stayed low key focused on the actual skill and the system that worked best for me. And that's what I did. I've already been through the whole network marketing thing, IML, affiliate marketing, all of that kind of stuff. And I came into Forex with some money. I wasn't the guy that was trying to get into Forex to make money. I mean, everybody gets in to make money, but I came in with a little bit of money. I'm not the richest guy in the world. I'm not the best trader in the world or anything like that. I'm actually what I would consider a C student, special ed all through elementary school, middle school, high school, flunked twice, I think 5th grade and then something before that. And I'm a college dropout. I went to college for about 2 semesters and then I dropped out and moved to Georgia to actually help my mom out. So I didn't drop out because I had bad grades. I actually hit the honor roll, but I dropped out to move to Georgia to help my mom in a situation that she was in. So that's just a little bit about me, who I am, and what I've done in the past to kind of just educate you guys. So I created the Boss4What movement purely to pour into other individuals. It's nothing against jobs. We are definitely for having a job, because that's actually your first business partner. But we are self-motivated individuals. So you don't need to have a boss to tell you what to do if you really want to do it. For example, if you are a rapper, nobody should tell you that you should be writing and getting in the studio. You should already be doing that. if you wanted to play in the NBA, or if you want to play basketball, in college or whatever the case may be, nobody should have to tell you to go outside and practice. You should already be practicing. That's where the whole terminology of Boss4What comes into place. Just so y'all don't get it twisted, because having a job is definitely great. It's definitely a source of income that we need. Good morning. But yeah, that's where Boss4What stems from. It's not a bash against jobs or anything like that. It's purely, if you know exactly what you want to do in life, you don't need a boss to tell you what to do. So just get up and do it. Make it happen. Have the discipline, have the motivation, have the drive, have the goals to accomplish the thing that you say you want to accomplish. So many times, I mean, especially today, a lot of people talk about what they want to do, but that doesn't work anymore. Like you really have to be active doing it. So I don't trust anything that you say. I only trust action. You tell me you want to lose weight, but you're never in a gym. It's hard for me to believe you. It's hard for me to believe you. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it and say, oh, yeah, it looks like you're losing a little. No, you're not losing anything, because you're not even going. So you're going to stay and remain who you are, the size you are, because you're not, your words are not matched, or your actions aren't matching your words. Any successful person knows that you have to act on the things that you say you want to do. I didn't say you were going to succeed when you act on them. I said that you have to act on them. Action is the first part. Take action. Don't be afraid to fail, because it's really just steps forward. It's lessons learned. When you're in the Forex space, you are going to have to change how you feel about money, and you're also going to have to change about how you feel. You're going to have to change how you feel about losing. Losing as in losing trades. They're more of lessons. Unless you don't get the lesson from it, then you're forced to repeat it. So the cycle will continue if you do not learn from the mistake. So if you guys are interested in this US30 strategy, tap into the Telegram group, and we will be doing these more often because people have been asking about them, and I really want to help people. That's why I don't have signal groups or charge for courses or anything like that. I know that sometimes when people pay, they pay attention, and I might charge for one-on-ones or something like that, but I don't have a course online that people can go to and buy and purchase. All of my money came strictly from Forex. I am just now implementing some type of training, some type of education, some type of, source for people to learn how to trade. But this is after I made $500,000. After, not before, like some of these other traders out here. After I made the money first. I was the example first. Now I'm coming to save the masses. If you want to be saved, though. So with that being said, we have two parts to our group, our community. We have a PAM situation. A lot of you guys might know what a PAM is. A lot of you guys might not. A PAM is basically personal asset money management, where the broker that we use has an AI copier on the back end, which will allow you to copy my trades 100% hands-free to make money, or at least see the same type of gains that I see. This is not financial advice, and past profits doesn't guarantee future profits. Just a disclaimer for protection purposes. But how this works is basically every time I take a trade, your account automatically mirrors my trade. So you don't have to be checking the Telegram for a stop loss, an entry, a take profit. It automatically does all of that for you. So if it's 3 a.m. and we close out some trades and make some money, you make some money, whether you was awake or not, at work or not, it was your birthday or not, you make money. That's one aspect. Also, we have the, basically the trade with us aspect too. So if you want to learn how to trade, you can do that too. So I have a lot of people inside of the group that actually do just the PAM side because they don't really care to learn how to trade. They just kind of want to park their money somewhere because a high yield savings account wasn't doing it for them, and the 401k wasn't doing it for them either. So it's kind of like more investors. However, we are implementing some people that do want to learn how to trade. So they're kind of participating in both. They have some money in a PAM account so that they can grow, and they have some money in their live account so that they can learn how to trade on their own. And now you're just kind of double dipping, making money on both ends. But what I tell people all the time is, if you want to learn the skill, why not make money while you're learning? So put your money in a PAM account or register with the PAM account so you can copy my trades and then learn the skill. And once you feel 100% comfortable, that is when you say, hey, let me take some of the profits from what the PAM has already done, put it in my live account, and then practice with that versus my check that I get on Fridays or my rent money or my car note money. Let's practice with the profits. Even if you make $100 inside the PAM account, withdraw the $100, put it into your live account, and start trading with that after you've done the whole demo thing and you feel comfortable. Because the thing about this industry is you have to learn how to change your relationship with money. If you've only been used to a 9-to-5 or you a dope boy or something like that and you get money real fast, you're going to learn real quick this market is going to humble you because you're going to try to make a lot of money real fast, which is not going to work. And then your expectations is going to go haywire because you're going to be expecting to make large amounts of money with a small amount of money. You might be able to take $1,000 and, go somewhere, buy some snow blowers and go ahead and make $500 to $1,000 a day if you're really hustling. In the summertime, you might be able to go buy some lawnmowers and go hustle and make that money right back real quick. In Forex, it's great if you turn 1,000 into 1,100, or if you just make 10%. Because when it comes to Forex, it's all about percentages. I don't care what nobody say. I know you guys all see the deposits, or not the deposits, but the withdrawals and the get out of here. The withdrawals and the screenshots and all of that kind of stuff about how much people made, but you don't know how much their balance is, that's the part that you're missing, and how much skill they have. When you first get in the market with $1,000, you doing 10%, which is you making $100. That's it, just $100. That's good. 10% is great. Now you might be asking yourself, well, what am I going to do with this $100? That's up to you. However, the small amount of money that you invested, which is $1,000, and if that's not small to you, then you probably need to get your skill up in another area and then bring more money to the table. But if you can appreciate that $100, which is at 10%, and this might be something that you make in a month, I'm telling you right now, all these traders they're not risking that much money to, when you get to them high levels. Like when you get to having $100,000 in your account and stuff like that, that's $10,000 in a month. That's good. A lot of people can live off of that. So that's you really got to focus on the percentages. You want to do candlestick talking? All right, so basically right now we're still in our blackout zone, and I don't want to say too much because we are live on YouTube, and some of the people, they got to join the Telegram to get the game, But right now, y'all see this wick right here? Just went up there and grabbed as much liquidity as it could, probably to fake those traders out. We have our sell right here. We really haven't seen anything. There's no gaps or anything in this little area. If I zoom out to the hour chart, you know, this is a gap. So we might be able to get some action. If it breaks that, this is another gap. The middle of this gap, 50%, lines up with take profit 1 on the hour. So as of right now, you know, we can be looking at those because those are the two closest price to liquidity that you can see. We have about 2 minutes and 50 seconds for this candle to close. So that would make sense for this to come down, tap into at least 50%, because that also lines up with our take profit 1. And if it breaks up, there's literally nothing above where it's at to look left on. So, I mean, we got take profit 1 where these highs are, but take profit 2 and 3, there's nothing up here. So it'll just be reaching those all-time highs if it gets there. And if you look left from here, this was liquidity. It already ran those stops. And if you look, it was consolidating. So what I know about consolidation is it usually jumps out one way to fake people out and really go into the other direction. So what we can be looking for most likely is for it to come down, break the zone, come back, retest, and then shoot down some more. But we don't like to predict the market. We just like to react to the market based off of what has happened already. So we have about 1 minute until this candle close. But just know that it ran those stops. And now it's closing out of our blackout zone on, we got about, what we got? 40 seconds. Let's see. This is where our entry will be. $20 seconds. Two seconds. Nope, did not close outside. That don't count. It's not the body. Don't fall for it. Now we have another 5 minutes that we have to wait. That faked some people out. They said, oh, let me jump in early. And it could still go, but trading is about being disciplined. Got to follow the rules. Got to follow the rules. It's bouncing off of that low. How many we got? We got 3 minutes. If this closed right here, then we'll have a little gap above it. But as of right now, we don't have anything. Look like it's 3 minutes still, which is a long time. All right. While we got some time, let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. If you're looking for a group of people that's going in the same direction you're going in, make sure y'all tap into the Boss4What community on Telegram. The link is in the description. If you want 100% trading credit on your first deposit and same day withdrawals, the link to the Forex Broker I trust is below. All right. Let's see where this candle close at. If it close, we still got 2 minutes. 2 minutes is a long time, y'all. Long time when it comes to these candles. Where we at? We got about 1 minute. All right, it's breaking out right now, but we have to wait for a close. Wait for a close. If you guys are looking to learn this strategy, tap into the Boss4What Telegram group. The link is in the description. If you register with our broker, deposit some money. We actually do this together, so you will get the strategy. We got 50 seconds. It's pulling back a little bit. Uh-uh, 38. $17. Okay, we might get a close. 8. Yeah, for sure. All right, so that will be your entry right there. And we would take it to 1, 2, or 3. Like I said, 50% is also a fair value gap in this hour chart. We are 3 for 3 right now. Look like we might be 4 for 4. But we don't try to predict. We just let the market react, or let the market do what it do, and we react to it. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. For everybody that's tuning in right now. While we're in the trade, we can also look at a couple other things. See, the US is all the way down here, and we don't have that much power. And we already checked the news. I already knew it wasn't on news. Those are the things that you want to check too before you even jump in a trade. But I've already checked it. I usually put my news in my phone and my calendar. every Sunday. And then I also check daily because some things be added the day of. But I checked it before I got on. So right now you should be in profit if you took the trade. Just a little bit though, nothing too major, but you definitely in profit. And we just gonna let it ride. It's tapping into that fair value gap on an hour right here. If you guys didn't tune in yesterday, what I was telling people to do, if you're having psychology issues because you are looking at the charts and stuff like that, change all your candles to one color to help you out. You know, when you first start, all of your candles are green and red, and we already associate red with danger, stop, exit, all of that kind of stuff. So if you're in buys and you're looking at red candles, it's really, really going to mess up your psychology. So change all your candles to like white or, purple, your favorite color or something like that. Something outside of red and green so that you don't associate it with making money and losing money. And that could help with your psychology. And then you can change it back to whatever you want to once you feel like, hey, I got this psychological thing under control when looking at these candles. And another thing, this is a scalping strategy, but I'm looking at it on an hourly time frame. So I don't have to see as many candles moving up and down, up and down, up and down. Because I could go to the 1 minute and now I'm just looking at the 1 minute. I'm looking at all the pullbacks, thinking to myself, hey, is it going to go up? Is it going to turn around? Is it going to hit my stop loss? But if you change it to a higher time frame after you jump in, that can help with your psychology as well. Or you can just step away, set your take profit, set your stop loss, and walk away. Go to the gym, go do something. But right now, this is what we got. We got 56 minutes with this whole hour because it's new 10 o'clock candle. And it's playing around. Last couple of days it's been playing around. But we just let it do what it do. So right now you're probably in a little drawdown. Let me show you. This will be where our entry is. Let me just make that green so y'all can see it. How about I do that? Just so y'all can see it. That's watching right now. Let's see if we can get a 4 for 4. The last 3 days we have come out profitable. Today's Friday. Let's see what we're looking like. Yesterday we smashed TP3. So let's see what today brings. And it's just testing off of that entry. Just testing off of it. You see this little gap up here, but if it doesn't head in that direction, we're not really worried about that gap. Look like it might want to do something. Might want to grab liquidity to the upside. But it's the little gap that I'm talking about right here. Change that color for y'all so y'all can really see it. It could go back up and grab that and come back down. But if it respects that, that's even more confirmation that it should continue to go into our direction. We just got to see what it does when it gets to that zone. Remember, we're not trying to predict where the market is going. We're just trying to react to what it does when it gets to specific levels. All right, looking at a 15. This is a big 15-minute fair value gap, but we do got 8 minutes. So this could fill in this space so that it's not a gap anymore. We're just looking at it on the 5-minute, and that's where the gap is on 5-minute. Looked like it went up a little bit, but it didn't quite touch that 50%. And what we call that is inducement. It's enticing you to get in on the sell and put your stop loss in this area somewhere so that it can come and get it and then go down. That's what happens when you almost get there and then you walk away. Almost get there and then you walk away. When your boyfriend and your girlfriend almost give you a kiss, or your date, I should say, they almost give you a kiss, or y'all face to face, and then they turn away. That's what this is. It's enticing you, making you want to come in the house. All right. Let's see. For everybody tuning in, this is where the entry would be if you got in. Let me make that green again just so y'all can really see it. And now it looks like it's coming in to either tap into that 50% or take the liquidity of the people that's here, because on a 15-minute, this was a whole gap because the price was all the way down here. So if it closed down here, then this would have been a huge gap. So it looks like it's just coming in to fill that gap. But I see we got some new watchers, so let me go over the 1-2s. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments so far. But if you're looking for a group of people that's going in the same direction you're going in, make sure y'all tap into the Boss4What community on Telegram. The link is in the description. If you want 100% trading credit on your first deposit and same day withdrawals, the link to the Forex Broker I trust is below. This is something that we are doing with the Boss4What community right now. We have 2 aspects to our group. One is our PAM account, which is personal asset money management, where AI literally copies my trade for trade, stop loss, entry, take profit, all of that automatically. So you don't have to take signals in a Telegram group or anything like that. Your account automatically mirrors my account. So when I make profit, you make profit. And then we also have the trading aspect. If you want to learn this strategy, you tap into the community and, tap into the broker that we're using, deposit some money and start trading with us. Or you could do both. You can double dip, put some money to the side, let that start working for you while you learn. And then once you make some profit from the PAM account, pull some of that profit out and start trading on your own. In the meantime, you could just be practicing with your demo account until you're ready to go live. I don't have any courses. I don't have any signal groups or anything like that. Just a straight up PAM account. And yeah, so that's what we got going on right now. So what we just saw is a nice push bullish, and it broke the zone. So let's see what it's going to do if it's either going to break it back down, or if it's going to bounce off of this and use it as support. But now we have a whole nother gap down here. So this could just be a liquidity run, which means that it came up here just to tap into these stop losses for these people that thought it was gonna sell right here, right now. And like I was telling y'all yesterday, it's 3 components to this whole trading thing. You got time, you got risk, and you got direction. You can have the direction correct. You can have the risk correct. But if you have the timing wrong, you can still win the trade. For example, our entry is here. Some people would consider that the timing is wrong. You got in on the sell here, but it went up here. But if we still get the direction correct, which means that it stops here and it continues down, then we still win the trade because it didn't hit our stop loss. You know, our stop loss is somewhere on this chart that I'm not disclosing until you actually learn the strategy. But that's what I mean by the proper risk, the right direction, but the wrong timing. All right. If you have low risk, this little pullback right here should not blow your account. If it does blow your account, you risk way too much because that's not even where your stop loss is supposed to be anyway. And y'all got to pay attention to these candle closes. You see this wick right here? It went all the way up here to grab liquidity. If you just took that trade thinking that it's going to break out and then it wicked back down, that's because you were impatient. You didn't even wait till the candle closed to see what it really going to do. This was the damage right here. But that's not the move. That's not the play. That's not the trade. So y'all see this wick, little small detail right here. If I zoom into it, that's liquidity being grabbed. All right. What happens on any time frame happens on every time frame. So y'all know anything about liquidity, this is the same thing as this. This is just a longer wick. And it happened on a higher time frame. That's 4 hours. But it's just a longer wick. It looks a little shorter here because we're on the 1 minute, but this is the same as that. This was just on a 5 minute. So what that tells me is this was a liquidity grab. And I'm trying to see, did it match this one? Is it pip for pip? Because then it might go up again if they're even. Let's see, that's 5, -5. So it looks like it's a little lower. Details matter. Look like it's a little lower. Y'all see this wick? That was liquidity as well, because y'all see it's not respecting this box. Broke right through it. We still got to wait till it closed, but it came right back down and broke right through it. That was you on Wednesday. Yeah, so patience is the key. Patience is the key. But this was definitely a run on this. This was probably just to induce buyers. Like, hey, we going up. We going up. So y'all know people looking at this on a 1 minute and on a tick chart. I don't know if y'all know that exists, but you can get down to the seconds. Let me see how far we can go. Gotta have that upgraded plan for these. And the tick charts. Yep. Either way, though. Okay, so it broke and closed underneath. Let's see if it's going to respect it now. We got about 4 minutes until this candle close. What that look like, y'all? What does this look like to y'all? Comment in the comment section. This wick right here. It ain't closed yet, but I'm asking y'all what it look like right now at this moment. Let's see, can I? No comments? Looks like grabbing liquidity. Yep, that's what it looked like to me. That's what it looks like to me. Let me see. I ain't never really used a marker. Let's see. We can write on the screen or something so I can highlight stuff. Brush. Let's see what that look like. Oh no, that's ugly. I don't like that. What about the highlighter? That's cool. Yeah. I'm glad it's supporting you. I'm glad it's helping out. All right, we got about 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Oh, man, it's stuck. All right. It might play around, y'all. It is Friday. Don't forget. Seems like Wednesdays they play around and Fridays they play around because it's easy to trap people. If it hasn't hit your stop loss, it hasn't hit your take profit, you might leave it. And then on Sunday, when the markets open back up, it might gap in a direction and it might hit your stop loss or hit your take profit. But I guess that's a chance that the market is willing to take. So I've seen a lot of times where it play out on Fridays, but then sometimes it play around on Fridays. So we got about a minute until this candle closes. This one wick down here. And it's closing inside this candle. So if you got a candle that closed inside of a candle, what does that look like? What does that mean, y'all? This candle is inside of this candle. I saw somebody marker disappear once. How you do that? Losing momentum? Nope. That means it's consolidating. What it does on a higher time frame also does on a lower time frame. So if we go to a 1 minute and you look at a candle that's inside of a candle from a 5 minute, it's just consolidating. You got to remember this candle, inside of this candle, it's 5 candles when you go down to the 1 minute. And then you got to think of how many candles it is when you go down to like 1 second. Like it's a whole bunch of candles in here. So it actually broke and closed underneath. So that's telltale signs of bullish or bearish activity because it's still closing lower. And we got a gap down here now because of this candle. So our gap up here has been respected so far. And there is a new gap here, which means what? Price needs to come and grab this. And if it's going to grab that, it might as well grab this. And then if it's going to grab this, then it might as well grab this. That's the kind of thing that you kind of got to line up together to make it make sense, because it wants to go for highs and it wants to go for gaps and when it goes for lows. So which one is it closer to, basically, is kind of what you consolidating for the next big push. Yeah, you could say that, because just like we saw here, consolidated, broke up, broke down, come back, retest, and shoot down. This is, overall perspective, if you're looking at it on a 30-minute, but we're looking at it on the 5-minute. But the 5-minute is not different from the 30-minute. It's just 5-minute candles instead of 30-minute candles, which means that it can literally do the same exact thing. Consolidate, break up, just for the fake out, break down, come back and retest. Everything that happens on one time frame happens on other time frames. That's why we're able to trade on whatever time frame we want to, because price does the same exact thing. I know that you were talking about like head and shoulders and stuff like that before. To make it make sense, you can see a head and shoulder on a 30-minute, and you can also see a head and shoulder on a 5-minute, even though they're two different time frames, because price does the same exact thing on all time frames. Price is, or the time frames is basically just your time. How long is it going to take to make a head and shoulders on a daily versus how long is it going to take to make a head and shoulders on a 1-minute? Head and shoulders going to be on each one. It's just the time it takes to make it, create it. Good morning. Good morning. Framing Machine 3950. What's going on? We're kind of consolidating in this area right here. We got entries right here. Change that to green too. And I'll make it dotted. Right there. Just so it's easy to see. So far, it's respecting this previous gap over here. So far, we got about 1 minute though. So if it closes above, then it's being disrespectful. And it's just consolidating. It is Friday, like I said before. Fridays like to play around, lollygag. And also, this is what you would just call noise. Like, at the end of the day, this is putting yourself through so much mentally to where you don't even want to do this anymore, because all you're doing is looking at candles, trying to determine what it's going to do, where it's going to go. And that's a lot of mental stress. So if you just bumped it up to 30-minute, we wouldn't have saw none of that on a 30-minute. We would have just said, oh, it came up and retested this big gap that was here, because price was here. And this is where the previous candle is, because there's a gap here. All of these are just points of interest because it closed through these on the 30-minute. So if we're looking at this as the last point of interest, 30 minutes, and we come down to this, you see that this is the first candle that it closed over the zone, broke out, broke that, came up, retested, shot it down. That's something else, y'all. That's something else. It's multiple confirmations that you can use with these things once you learn how candles work. But I say all of that to say that if you were looking at a 30-minute, you wouldn't have saw all that noise. All you would have saw was one candle going up, and now it's coming back down. That helps with your psychology. Looks like US might be getting some power. I'm looking at EU and it's dropping, and we are in EU trades right now. Yep. What'd I say? What I say? Strong sales on the 4 hour. That's what we like to see. I want to close these trades I got with at least 37K or 30, what, 16, 35,000. That's what I'm shooting for based on percentages. Bless you. What do I have written at green up top? Run stops. Run stops. Basically, grab liquidity. That's another word for it. Run stops is like, hey, somebody put their stop loss here for the sell. It came up, came down, got people happy. And then right here at 9:30, it shot up, took those stop losses and went down. For all the people that was in sales here, took their stop loss here, gave it momentum to push down. That's why it has so much power, because it grabbed the liquidity or it ran stops, took these highs out. These highs were pretty even highs. That's why price came up here, because of these highs. It didn't just come up here because 9:30. If that's the case, then every 9:30 it would have the same move. So it's not the time. You got to learn why the candles did it. And when it does it, you have to just, use your context clues and ask yourself, hey, why did this price come all the way up here? That's because there was equal highs over here and you needed to run those highs. So, like I said, price looks for gaps, these gaps, fair value gaps, and it looks for liquidity, which is equal highs and just a whole bunch of highs in one spot. All of these highs were in one spot. These 30-minute, 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 30-minute. All of these are 30-minute candles. They were all just kind of stopped right here in this area. That means it's a lot of stop losses here, because a lot of people was placing orders. Oh, sell, 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 sell. They sold. They got a little happy. Came up. They was in drawdown a little bit. They said, okay, this is the entry. They get in again, put their stop losses probably right above here because of this. It didn't come back and break it or nothing like that. So they say, hey, this is a high. Or, if you're looking all the way back here, this might be your higher high, and then this is your higher low, and then this is your high, and then it starts to trickle down to make the low. So basically, in a nutshell, it grabbed everybody's stop loss right there. That's why it shot up, and that's why it shot down. It shot up to grab these. It shot down because it had power now. And we're coming back down. Coming back down. This ran those stops again. I shot back down, but you see this candle is within this candle. This white candle right here is bigger than this orange candle. That's what you call consolidation. It's inside this candle range. Price doesn't know where it want to go yet because it's still in the range. All right, so I love to interact with the chat. So if you're watching live and you have something to say, go ahead and drop it in the comments. Other than that, if you're looking for a group of people that's going in the same direction you're going in, Make sure y'all tap into the Boss4What community on Telegram. The link is in the description. If you want 100% trading credit on your first deposit and same day withdrawals, the link to the Forex Broker I trust is below. I know some of y'all Forex brokers or some of y'all brokers that y'all with, you know, take 24, 48 hours, 72 hours, a week. We got same day things going on over here. And you can ask even my brand new people cashing out and receiving withdrawals within 3 minutes. Literally 3 minutes, not hypothetically. I'm talking about 3 minutes to the email timestamps with the receipts. So we got the best broker out here. And it's A book. I don't know if y'all know anything about it. Does anybody know anything about A book brokers and B book brokers? Do y'all know the difference? Have y'all ever even heard of the terminology? All right, look like it's getting some momentum coming to the downside. We should be getting back to our entries. A little bit of drawdown. All right, now we should be back profitable. If you got in right at that point. Let's go back to the 15. I don't want to look at all of that noise. Leave the noise, just give me the profits. Remember what I told y'all about lows. Price wants to grab lows. Let's grab these lows. And then this is the middle of the fair value gap, which also lines up with our take profit 1. And if we're going to hit the 50% of that and then bounce up, that's valid. That's cool. You can do that. And it could keep going though. It looked like a long way until you change the time frames. And then you see these lows that never got ran. There's nothing down here. If you're going to take those, you might as well take these. You know. So let's go. Let's go. It's taking those lows right now. Are we going to have a 4 for 4? 4 for 4? And I ain't talking about Wendy's. Is Wendy's 4 for 4? Or is it Burger King? I don't know. All right, so somebody said, what's the difference between the brokers? So a B-book broker, they want you to lose your trades. A B-book broker bets against you. They feed on beginner traders. An A-book broker trades with you. And you're able to get your money fast because they took the same trades that you took. So they actually have the money to pay you out. So let me give you this analogy. Let's see. If we go to Vegas and we go to the casino makes money when people lose. They already come in with a set amount of money. Let's just say they come in with 100K and they say, hey, this is what we're willing to pay out right now, 100K. This is our reserved. Now, look, it might come back up and tap this area just because it ran liquidity, and then it might just continue to go down. But you got to remember, we got 3 minutes and 50 seconds to this candle close, which is a whole nother gap on the 5 minute though. But look, if you go to the casino, they might have $100,000 that they're willing to pay out, which means if the first person comes in and win on a slot machine or whatever, and they win 100K, they have no more money. that first person came in and took everything. But we know that that probably doesn't happen. The first person, like, they don't even let one person at a time in come into a lottery. I think they might even be, or a casino, I think they might even be, 24 hours in some places. So it's people coming in all day, every day. But yeah. So this is what happens. Because more than one person comes in and everybody at the casino is not going to win, they start to add to their pile of $100,000 for the losers. Then they know who their big sharks are, which is the people that come in and make a lot of money. They say, hey, look, listen, I'm gonna need you to slow down. Like, you can't make that much money today because we only brought in another 100,000. That means we only got 200,000 total. So if you close 100 standards and you make 200,000 today, we have to give you all of our money. So what we need you to do is we need you to create some type of course, signal group or something like that, and kind of, let people win a little bit, but not too much, because everybody on your team can't win, because then y'all will take all of our money. So what we want you to do is you can win some big trades and we're going to pay you out for show. We'll probably just A-book you personally, but all the people that come under you, we are going to B-book them. And when they lose trades, that goes towards the pot of what we can pay out. But this is what happened to me personally. If y'all looked at any of my other videos, I left a broker. I'm not bashing a broker or anything like that, because they did pay me out. But I left liquid brokers and I withdrew about 400K. Even with a relationship manager and all of that kind of stuff, I still waited. What was it? I don't remember the exact amount of time, so don't quote me on this, because you can go back and watch it yourself, and I have the timestamps in the video. But I think it was a week or 2 weeks. They had me wait a week or 2 weeks. And the only reason I can think of that is because it was a large amount of money. I mean, would y'all agree that 400K is a large amount of money? So how do we pay this out if we don't have it right away? If you go to the bank right now and ask them for $20,000, they'll probably say, hey, we don't have it. You can come back later, or you can be the first one here and we can give it to you tomorrow. But that's why you can't just go to the bank and pull out a whole bunch of money, because they don't have it. They have to bank on people depositing money. These brokers have to bank on people depositing money, and them depositing money means that they are losing. So back in the day, how they used to trade is, we coming up on Take Profit 1. They used to put in a ticket, basically. Hey, I want to trade this. Give me some stocks here. They'll take it to a place. The place will place the order, and that's kind of how they trade it. This is the same thing. They have something called LPs or whatnot. And when you place buy or sell on a trade, the broker is supposed to report that to the people, the banks, which is them counting your trade as a trade. Sometimes they don't. Most of the time, they don't report it to the banks, especially if you're not a good trader. So they actually keep what you lost because they didn't give it to the bank. I probably didn't explain that well, but it looked like we about to hit Take Profit 1. So I'll take a break on it and then I'll come back to it. I got a better analogy for y'all. Let's go down to the 1 minute. And just for spread purposes, let's just say we could have closed out even if it didn't quite hit it because it's on it. We do got spreads, but let's count it when it passed. We're still gonna count this, but let's count it when it passed the line. How about that? Just to be fair for everybody that's watching live. Y'all see how this kind of tested that liquidity zone right there, right? Oh, hush, Millie. If y'all ever hear me call a Millie, that's my dog name. I named him a Millie because we got to touch 1 million. So I figured if I call his name every day, it'll bring me closer to having that $1 million in my trading account. That's the goal for me overall. I want to have $1 million in my trading account. I want to be able to trade with $1 million. That's the goal. So take profit 1 smacked. 50% of the hour fair value gap hit. Let me show y'all real life. Wham, wham, wham. But like I said, if you get this, you might as well come and get these lows. Come on, player. Don't play. Come on, player. And it already filled this because of that wick. So there is no gap right here on the hour. What's the 4 hour look like? Yeah, this is still a 4 hour candle. So this thing can just drop at least these lows because this is the major low. Come on, US30, you can do it. Go ahead and help everybody hit this take profit 2 and 3. We out here. This is 4 for 4. That means the last 4 trading days we have made a profit. But either way, like I was saying, y'all, B-book brokers, they want you to lose your trades. They're kind of betting against you or they're holding your trades. So when you lose, they don't actually have to pay out. A-book brokers, they trade with you. So they actually have the money available when you win because they actually traded with you or they actually placed your trade. Okay. So that's kind of how that works. I forgot what I was going to say about the other analogy that I had. Let me think about it. So yeah, take profit 1 hit. We've been on for an hour. So either you could have watched this for an hour or you could have entered and just set your take profit and stop loss and just let it ride. Could have went on about your business. Either way, you would have still hit TP1. And like I said, that might not matter to you at the beginning stages because you don't have a lot of money in your trading account. But don't focus on the money. Focus on the percentage. What percentage did you gain today? Did you do 1%? Did you do 0.5%? Did you do 2%? You know, that's what it's about. We are in profit.
How much?
Not that much.
Okay. Oh, we're in profit.
Just $800.
Okay.
It ain't nothing major. Talking about my other account, y'all. Where we have the PAM account. Everybody that's connected with us, we in profit right now. I can't cast my phone. This ain't Zoom. I might be able to show y'all the camera though. Let me see. We just in a little bit of profit though. It ain't nothing major. Nothing major. Let's see. Oh, where we at? EU trades. Oh, we were about $65 right now. Nothing major. All the orders starting to go into profit. So yeah, that's what we looking like. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want this live to go too long. We already hit take profit 1. Y'all can stay tuned to see if it's gonna hit through 2 and 3. But we out here. So with that being said, If you're looking for a group of people that's going in the same direction you're going in, make sure y'all tap to the Boss for What community on Telegram. The link is in the description. If you want 100% trading credit on your first deposit and same day withdrawals, the link to that Forex broker I trust is below. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Peace.